episode 48 of Oluswole, the podcast on the budget. I'm excited to welcome our guest. He's a sprinter, math champion, and indie native.
Wow, let's go. Thank you.
Yeah, how you been?
I'm doing good. It's been a crazy last 2 weeks for me, honestly. Like you just said, me being a sprinter, Penn relays just happened, so a lot of stuff is happening with finals too. Busy times.
Yeah. And for context, Penn relays, that's the biggest sports. Is that the biggest track competition in the US or something like that?
It's definitely up there. If it's not number one, it's easy top three. Because it's high school, middle school, 80-year-olds, college, it's everybody. And I mean, Franklin Field, I've never seen it that packed ever. It was crazy, actually.
Yeah. I was going to go this year, but I just woke up really tired. Mm-hmm. But the year before I was there, I saw you run last year.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was packed. It was crazy.
I was like, oh my gosh. Or the Jamaicans always go crazy for Penn relays, and they're so loud, and it brings crazy energy. Like actually unmatched. I've never felt that before.
Yeah. No, and we were in the section too. It was just hella Jamaicans around us. It was pretty wild. But you did the 4x100. Y'all got a 41.28. That's pretty tough.
Yeah. We're trying to figure things out. I feel like this year we have a lot of potential. We actually have ran 40.4 this year. Wow. So that wasn't necessarily our best work. That was more of with how track works, you can't hit 100% every week, or you're just gonna burn out. So we actually have the IV championships next week. So some people were the 4x4 did a tremendous job. I'll shout out my boys. They went, and the girls actually, they both did amazing. Because they're trying to go to regionals, and in order to do that, you have to you have to be in the top 24 in the region in the East, and so they were hitting that time. But a few of the boys in the 4x4 are also on the main 4x1, so it just wasn't possible for them to have 200% hits. So this one was more of a let's go out there, let's compete, and let's try and do our best in these rainy, cold conditions. And I'm proud of the boys. I feel like we did well, and I'm looking forward to what we can do next week with the full squad too.
For sure. I mean, what's it like running? So obviously I don't have any track experience. So what's it like running when it's wet? Does that change anything?
If I'm being honest, I think it does change for some people, but I like to make a joke it's just Indiana weather for me. It doesn't really get crazy hot for me back at home, and when it does, it'll be unbearable, but it's usually I don't know, I always think of overcast 60s, and that's just how it is. So I'm kind of used to these kind of trash conditions. So I think, and I mean, it rains all the time. It's raining today. I think we're kind of used to that's just how it goes around here. So we've practiced in the rain a bunch, a lot. So I feel we're just used to it. I feel some of these boys from down south, I don't think they were prepared for it, but we definitely were. And when we have our spikes in, it's you don't have to worry about slipping or whatever, because you're spiking into the ground. So really, it's just are you fine with rain getting in your face? And then you're not even thinking about that. You're just how fast can I go? So
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I thought it might affect your times, because the grip, it might change the grip between your spikes and the ground, but I guess that's not a problem. So
yeah, no, I think it's more the weather, or the temperature. If it's 80 and rainy, it won't be that different than 80. But if it's 40 and rainy or 50 and rainy, then then the times are gonna be a little slow. It's really more me running a 10.9 in 50-degree weather in 100 meters is probably a 10.7 in 70, 80 degrees, just off of the weather, just because your muscles can move a lot better. Yeah, it also hurts a lot more in the cold. No.
How do y'all warm up? Do you just do some stuff on the sidelines to get your muscles moving, or what?
So I think it's kind of funny because I've tried a lot of different sports in my life. I can probably talk about that later, but track is easily the most grueling one for me. I would say track and wrestling are probably the only two that are even comparable in terms of the conditioning that you have to do. So our warm up is honestly probably just a workout for like somebody else. Like like we have to do a lot of stuff just to like be warm and be ready to like go 100%. So like my like whole warm up process, like first you have to like do all your stretching and stuff to make sure that you're like okay, or like I don't know, you could go stim or go put a heat pack on your leg, and then that's like the first part, and that's like 20-30 minutes, and then you have to like actually do the warm up, which is another 20-30 minutes, and then you have to do like your pre-sprint stuff, which is another 20 minutes. So it's like like the first couple of weeks of the year in like August, like I like this year I came a little bit early, like before school, just to like, you know, try and get right, especially like we're juniors, like trying to be a good leader. So I like would know the warm up before the freshmen would come in. And I remember coach, like it was just me and him, and he like ran me through his new warm up for the year, and I got through like half of it, and I'm like trembling, I'm like sweating all over the place. He's like, all right, like we're good. And it took like an hour and a half to do it. Oh, it was so bad. But yeah, no, so we're like extremely warm. Like you're not gonna find someone who's just like I don't know, they go take a nap, they wake up, they put their spikes on, and they go. Like, no, it's like a whole process that we go through.
No, that's how I thought it was. Like for a morning track competition or something like that, I thought you just get up, like you warm up for 20 minutes and then you go or something like that.
I would pull every single muscle in my body probably. Like I can't do that, at least. Yeah, no, honestly, like especially when it's in the morning, like you just gotta like wake up a few hours beforehand and make sure that it's like the same time for your body as if it was like 5 p.m., if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And you talked about doing other sports. You're not someone who like did track throughout their entire high school career. You switched from baseball to track junior year.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy because I'm sure some people got recruited junior year. You know what I mean? So tell me what that was like starting late.
Yeah, no, I would say I kind of bounced around a lot, like growing up. Baseball was definitely my main sport, but I would try like a bunch of other things on the side. Like I feel like I've done most sports for like at least a season or two. But yeah, no, going into junior year, I just finished baseball, and if I'm being honest, I didn't really like that team culture. Like for baseball was like not my type of people, not my type of crowd, and on top of that I wasn't liking baseball anyway. And then the track coach like watched me at one of our like baseball combines, and I don't know, I was jumping out the gym. Like I was actually supposed to be like a jumper, so like he kind of looked at me and was like, okay, like I bet you could jump. And then people were telling me that like members on the track team are faster than me and that there was no point. And then I was like, all right, like I don't even want to be on the baseball team anyway, so I'll go ahead and try track. And it's kind of a joke. And then it's like I also tried tennis in the fall, like that first year. Shout out my boy Danny. And we had a good season, and it was like not like I'm as good as tennis as I am at track, because clearly not, because all the tennis people would absolutely run my fade. But yeah, no, then I tried track. I had no expectations whatsoever, like literally none. I was kind of just doing it to do it. And I like remember pulling up to the first practice, and I was just like I dusted everybody, and I was like, okay, like I'm doing something right now. Yeah. And then I like kind of just cruised through the year. Like I didn't really lose until like the state meets basically. And there was one meet where, so I'm from Indiana, so like Notre Dame is kind of like the gem of the state. Like I had my eyes on Notre Dame like my entire life basically. And there was like one meet where the Notre Dame coach was just casually like in the stands talking to my mom, and I was like this is nuts. Like I wasn't even supposed to be here like 3 months ago. Like yeah, so then I like realized that, oh well, if Notre Dame's here, then I could reach out to like probably anybody. And so that's what I did. And then the Penn coach responded to me in like actually 45 minutes from when I sent the email. Wow. Or like really fast, like, and I was like, okay. And then I came here, and now here I am. And like, yeah, so it's like I just stumbled upon track, and I opened so many doors, and then now I'm here. And I don't know, it's just crazy to think about.
Yeah, that's a pretty crazy story. I can't even imagine just like starting a sport junior year, and then next thing you know, I'm in college, like competing at a D1 level in that sport. Take me back to when you first started track at high school and you're dusting everybody. Like I'm sure That must have hurt some egos, right? Like naturally.
Like I remember the first meet. It was at Crown Point. Not like anyone would know, but
Crown Point, yeah.
Yeah, that's my spot, right? Yeah, no, there was this guy who was like regionally ranked or whatever, and in the 100, and then I like dusted him in the 100, and like it wasn't even close, and then the 200 was close because that's a whole different story. But yeah, no, then I got like interviewed, and people were like, "Who are you?" And, and I'm like, "I don't know, Demo." Yeah, no. So, and I actually, it was probably too big of an ego boost for me as well, because it was like, oh, I felt like I could step on a track and beat everybody at like any given moment. Yeah. Like when I lost, but it was also I was doing well at long jump too. But I think we kind of figured out like I can jump, but like I sprint, like that's like what I do. Yeah. But when I like first lost, I was like shocked. Honestly, I like couldn't believe it. So. Yeah, and then like coming here now, everybody's super, super good. It's like, all right, like I'm glad I lost a couple times in high school, sure. But yeah.
And what's crazy is that in your first race, so you said you only lost until state, but in your first race, which is a state race from what I see, you came 8th in the 100 meters.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Like 8th in the state for your first try.
Not mad about it at all. I remember like, yeah, so I went undefeated, and then at regionals I got 3rd. And I was like too pissed off because I had a mess up in the long jump, so I was just a little like angry. I probably shouldn't have lost that race, but I did. And then I came in a state, and obviously like people in the region, like in the 219, like knew who I was because I was beating everybody. But like that's not the main part of Indiana. Indiana's like Indianapolis. Yeah. Like that's where most of the like athletes are from. So like again, no one knew who I was. Like I wasn't supposed to do anything, and then I like made the final, and it was like a big deal, especially because my school like nobody's making the final like for the most part. Shout out Cheesetown, but yeah. So then I like made it, and I was honestly just happy to be there. I was pissed when I got 8th because like I mean I hadn't done that bad in like a race, but I didn't do like that bad. And I raced some people that are like in the Paralympics and stuff like that, so it's like, wow. Okay, like I respect it, and I definitely thought that I was like gonna win the whole thing the next year, but COVID. So
wow, that sucks. Yeah, they just took that opportunity. They stole your thunder.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I just missed our 100 meter school record too, and I should have got that, but that's okay. I still have a chance to do something here, so
yeah. And speaking about records, you set the second fastest time for 60 meters in program history at Penn.
Yeah.
You ran it in like, I don't have it down. It was like 6.83?
6.8. Oh, yeah.
8.0?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So like my whole thing with track is like my start's really good. Like I'm like explosive. So like there's some people who are like a bit like bigger, and like you could imagine them like tracking you down like after like a certain amount of time, and I'm more like I'm gonna like have the lead at the beginning, and so the 60's like perfect for that type of running because it's so short. It's 6.8 seconds long, like so that's kind of like,
well, for you it is, not for everybody.
Yeah. For the other people it's not that beneficial, but for me I like it. And yeah, the record's 7.5. I feel like I'm right there. I do think that I'm gonna get it next year. But it honestly, like, there's like different types of running though that like I think a problem is if you run the 60, you should be running that the same as if you were running 100. And I feel like it's very easy to just like, oh, the race is so short, I'm just gonna like I don't care about my form, I'm just gonna like give it all I got. But it's like you really got to stay true to it. I feel like that was something that I was starting to get like as the season went on. And I just ran out of time. So, but no, I'm hyped that I got second. And again, it's like I was second in high school for the 100. It's like, no, I gotta get it this time. Yeah. I gotta get it.
Unless there's another pandemic coming next year.
Yeah, please don't say that, please. Yeah, that'd be tragic.
That'd be unfortunate. Tell me, because you're Jamaican yourself. So
yeah,
what is it about Jamaicans and sprinting? Because obviously we see in the Olympics that they dominate, short distance races, stuff like that. And even on a high school, college level, like you see a lot of Jamaicans going crazy there. So is there Is there like a secret sauce or something that jerk chicken
that's crazy? That's crazy. Shout out my boy Devontae, who's been killing it this year. Yeah, like he's something else. And like I think for Jamaicans, like the aura of track, like that's just like pride and joy. Like that's what, I don't know. I don't want to say it's like a unifier, but like it honestly is. Like track in the United States is not nearly, like not even as close as like as big of a deal as it is in Jamaica. So like I think that's one, is that there's already so much like nationality and like pride when it comes to being a sprinter, but then it's like, oh, they're all good at it also. So then it's like you get into it from an early age. You have people like Usain Bolt and Johan Blake, or even like now it's like Oblique Seville. Like these are the people that are like winning championships and are going to be around for forever and like making track a lot more marketable. And they're Jamaican, and that's like something to be proud of. So I think it just goes behind that. And also being able to run in that weather, I'm sure all the time, is pretty beneficial. Not running in 40 degrees and rainy weather, but yeah, no.
Because it's a small country. Like, what's the population size?
Like probably, I actually have no clue. Maybe like 2 million, 5 million. Not big. Like probably like a marquee U.S. city size, honestly.
Yeah. But then you see that they're so well represented. You know?
I mean, yeah, you should have seen Penn Relays. Like if you like look up Penn Relays and then like you hear a video and there's like the horns going off and stuff, like 100% is the Jamaicans. And like, I mean, their high school teams just went insane at Penn Relays because that's just how it goes. Like, yeah, no, super talented.
Have you been, because you didn't grow up there, have you been able to visit at all?
Like, no, not like anything to like remember. So no, not really.
Just as a kid or something like that? Or?
Yeah, like, nah, nothing real.
Yeah. I mean, I've been to Nigeria, so I'm Nigerian, so I've been there like 3 times. But I want to go there properly as like a young adult. Yeah. Not for the sake of just like seeing family, but also just for, just to explore it. Like go to Lagos and just see what's going on there. You know?
For sure.
Yeah. I've never been to the Caribbean, so we might have to roll Jamaica.
Hey, let's do it. Especially like we graduate and then everyone goes on their little fancy tours or whatever. We could go do that. I'm down.
I'll be fire, 100%. Tell me like what your routine is like, because obviously this is an academically rigorous environment, but I read that you spend about 4 hours in practice, and on top of that, you also have training to do and stuff like that. So what's that routine like?
Yeah, so I feel like, okay, like one thing that I do want to say is that I feel like we kind of just have like an alternate perspective of Penn. Like we just don't live the same lives as everybody else.
Whoa.
And like,
no,
not like a, not like a we're better or like we're worse. Just like it's just different. Like it's not the same experience. Yeah. And so like, I feel like for me, I'll wake up, I'll probably go to class. Like I'll make sure I eat right. Like my main thing is like I gotta make sure that I'm eating at certain spots of the day, or like stretching at certain spots of the day. Like I'm pretty like routine based. Like I do the same stuff every day. I eat the same stuff every day for the most part. And then finished like the 1:45 to 3:15 class, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna scoot to the training room. Side note, scooters are worth it, and I'll take the athlete slander for the scooter. I've gotten a lot of stuff for being a track athlete with the scooter. You do not understand. If you have to walk up the hill, the Walnut Hill back home, I live on 43rd Street. You think I'm gonna go die at practice and then go walk 30 minutes uphill? No, I love my scooter. Anyway, I'll say practice. It's different every day. Like you can't just sprint every day, right? Like some days it'll be like form or more like strength oriented, or just like a circuit to like get on your feet and like recover. But I would say like some days it can be really long, like 4 hours. Some days it's literally like an hour. Some days it's like 2. But I would say on average it's probably like a 3 hour. Like the practice is like 3 hours, and then your recovery is like an hour. But it's not like I'm sitting there running for 3 hours. It's like I do a couple reps and then I'm like chilling out, and then I'll go run again. It's not like that awful. And honestly, I couldn't imagine life like without that like time management ability, I guess. Yeah. Like a track has definitely given me the opportunity to like learn like how much time and effort I have to spend into other things in order to like still give my best at track as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I don't really think it's that stressful. I feel like it can sound really stressful, and that's probably the Wharton kid in me saying that, because I don't have to like take physics 3000 or whatever and like shit's super hard, but like yeah, no. So I feel like it's just a part of how Penn has always been, and honestly how life has always been. Like, I mean, everyone here is incredibly busy. Yeah. I feel like everybody wishes they had free time. And so for me, I guess I'm glad that I've found like a balance of like being able to get to work out and then also like have fun. Like, it's fun sometimes, like half the time maybe. Some of the practices are not fun at all, but just being able to be together with my teammates and stuff, like I'm glad that I'm always spending my time doing something like worthwhile.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, you guys practice at Fox, right?
Yeah, like we practice like on Franklin Field when we run, and then Fox when we lift. Yeah, or I guess Weiss, but I guess that's the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of like, personally, I'm not a big scooter person just because I prefer to walk places.
Okay, that's fine.
Then again, if you're on 43rd and then Penn Park is like 33rd.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like a
exactly.
10-block distance. Like I understand that.
Thank you.
Kind of makes sense. I see the vision there.
You have to. And you know what? I used to be a scooter hater myself. Okay, like I get it. But it's different when you like have a reason for it. Like okay, this might sound bad. If I was like just some normal, like, okay, this is already going bad.
Wrong word.
If I didn't exercise for 3 hours every day and like I lived what's the word? Dorm. It's like sedentary lifestyle. Like, then do you need a scooter? Probably not. But if you can't feel your legs half the days of the week, I think you should have a scooter.
Yeah, that makes sense because you guys are always sore and stuff like that. So
yeah,
you guys are getting your steps in.
That's okay. Like when Side Chat was really popping on here, there was a couple about like track people and scooters, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like whatever, bro. I'll take it. I'll take the blame. That's whatever.
So y'all got them for free?
No, I paid for mine.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's worth it. Okay, because I didn't even say, because at first I didn't like scooters, right? So I bought one of my like ex-teammates' bike. Like, he just graduated and was like, take my bike. I was like, okay. And then it was a great little like 3 weeks. I was like, wow, I'm so active. Like I'm riding around on my bike and stuff. And then again, I'm on 43rd, right? So I would lock it like outside, and there was like no problem with that for a few weeks. But then there was one day where I locked it, and it was like I had a 10:15 a.m. class, and I wake up at like 10. I'm like, oh man, like I gotta go. So then I go downstairs and I go outside, and I have one bike wheel and no bike seat. So someone just took one bike wheel and the bike seat, and I was like, what? Like, okay, I guess I'm not going to class. Like,
That's
and
the most
then
Philly thing ever.
Yeah, I was like, nah, don't take the whole bike. No, please just take the one wheel. I'm sure that'll do you justice. So. Then people were like, "Oh, it's only $100 to fix it." I'm like, nah, bro. Like, I don't care about the bike that much, and it hurts to bike uphill. Same, honestly, worse than it hurts to walk uphill. So I'll take the scooter. And the worst part is, like when I was on the bike and like going uphill, there'd be like these other athletes just like ding ding, like passing me on their scooter. I'm like, okay, like, nah, I need a scooter. So.
No, that's definitely fair. I mean, even like you said, biking is a workout in itself. You could use that as if you're a normal sedentary person, like biking could be your workout.
Yeah, for real. Go get a bike.
Yeah, that's really funny. But yeah, I definitely understand the scoot. You know, the funny thing is, so for context, Wharton 201 is a business communication class everyone at Wharton has to take their sophomore year. And I'm a TA for that class.
Oh, okay.
But when I was a student, my final presentation topic was about e-scooters should be banned on campus pathways. So you can only use them roadside.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. That's not the worst idea. Like, I'm not on Locust on my scooter.
Okay.
But that's not because I care about the other people. That's more that they just walk so slow that I would have to like zigzag through, and that's too much effort. So I go on the road so I can support that. But that's funny though that you say that.
Yeah, it's the irony.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't feel passionately about it, but it's just, for the topic, it has to be something that people might disagree with. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, well, people ride scooters. Maybe some people won't like that idea. So I spoke about that.
It's a hot take. I'm glad we weren't in the same class.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just when people are riding it on Locust, though, it's kind of a danger because they just be appearing out of nowhere like, yo, what?
Or no, it's the skateboarders on Locust. I think that's the worst one.
Yeah.
But no, the scooters are kind of bad, low key. But I would say like when it's class time, like they have that curfew or whatever, right? Okay, no, hold on. Another thing is the security guards are doing the most anyway. Like they're okay, because you're not supposed to be on your scooter, right? Like, I don't know the time. Say it's like 9 to 5. Like you're technically not supposed to be on a scooter or a skateboard on Locust.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so then sometimes the security guards will yell at you, but they'll be like yelling at you on their bike, and it's like, what are you doing? Like you're breaking the rules. Like if you can do it, I can do it. Like, so yeah, that's whatever though.
I had no idea that was a policy.
Yeah, no, and so like. That's why I say the skateboards want, like, especially off the bridge, like when you're like going on the bridge down, like you can't control yourself. I don't care how good you are. You could be Tony Hawk. Yeah. Like you're going to run into someone who's like not walking in a straight line, like in an unpredictable like pattern. Like then you're gone. I don't know what to tell you. So,
yeah. I think what might top that for me personally will be people who ride like Uber Eats drivers or whatnot who are delivering food, who ride on the sidewalk. Like you're walking the sidewalk, especially if you're on 39th and Walnut where you have Cane's and Chipotle.
Yeah, the spot.
Walking there, they just coming right past you. You're like, yo, what?
Like chill, bro. Like, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, that's just something that, because I always listen to music when I'm walking, so it's very jarring when you just see one of them
and you have no clue either, like because you're not paying attention to them, like, and that's what I'm saying. You have to walk in a predictable pattern. Yeah. So like, if you don't want to get hit by someone, just walk straight. Yeah. Or stay in your path. Don't like hit some like sidestep.
Yeah, for sure. You talked about being able to jump. I was just curious. I remember this came to my mind when you were talking about this. Can you dunk? Because you're like,
of course I can dunk.
Wow.
I'm like 5'9", by the way. Maybe. Some people are gonna hate me for that. I'm at least 5'8". I'm within 5'8", 5'9". My thing is I have to like throw it off the backboard or like oop it to myself. I can't. Yeah, exactly. I can't palm it. So it's like I can't just ding ding. Like I have to chuck it off the backboard and I can throw it down. I would say I first dunked when I was like a senior in high school, and I was like, it was on accident. Oh no, okay. I went to this track camp junior year of high school because I wanted to get better at long jumping, and so we had like a long practice, and then we had like some free hours, and so we were just playing basketball, and I to moss someone is like to catch a ball over them, and like I mossed this like 6'3" guy for a rebound, and then everyone freaked out and was like, bro, you can dunk. And I was like, I definitely can't. And then I just tried it and it happened, and I was freaking out, and I was like, I remember I called my mom. I was like, Mom, I just dunked. like told all my boys. Yeah, and so now every time we go, it's like I try. It's almost like annoying because it's like, oh, the short guy can dunk. Oh, yeah. Show me. It's like, so I try to like not do it. And sometimes it's like, all right, I'll try and throw one down. Yeah. So that's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah. I was just curious because I follow the NBA a lot, but I'm not a hooper. Like I never played basketball growing up or anything like that. But I've tried dunking like just for fun, just to see like how far away I am from dunking. Yeah. And I was like, yo, this is actually to be around, because I'm like 5'10", so it's just to be sub 6 foot and to dunk. Yeah, that's kind of difficult.
Yeah, no, it definitely is, especially like, I don't know, like we're not made for that sport. Yeah, like we're not made to thrive in that environment. And like that's why like playing pickup games is always really fun, because it's like like, I don't know, maybe I'll get picked just because of the way I look. But for the most part, it's like, no, I'm not going to because I'm smaller than everybody on the court. So then when I jump for the first time, everyone's like, whoa. And it's like, I don't know. It's kind of cool. It's like also because I've just always jumped like that. So it's not even that cool to me. Yeah. Like, I don't know. We'll like do these vert tests in the weight room sometimes just to like see how explosive we're feeling. And I remember like one of the strength coaches, shout out Coach Christina, would like just be like, wow, he's literally like floating in the air. And I'm like, like, that's just what I don't know. Like, I don't get how everybody else can do.
Yeah. All these normal people.
Yeah,
like,
these normal sedentary people. Crazy.
What's your max vert?
I think we haven't measured it this year, like actually, but last year I got 39.
Whoa.
And that's standing. I feel like I have no idea what my running vert is, but I would like to think it's a low 40.
Wait, standing is 39?
Yeah.
I thought it was 30. Max.
Like, I think it was like 38.9 or something like that.
Whoa.
But I want to see what my running is, and yeah, I guess we'll see. But it's also like, I don't know, like I'm just like, that's kind of just my build. Like I'm all legs. Like if I were to stand up right now, it's like I've bursted through so many pairs of pants because like even my track pants, I have holes in my track pants. And like I don't know, man. It's kind of a struggle. It actually sucks if I'm being honest. Yeah, because I can't wear anything. Like I have to wear like giant pants for it to fit. But that's a first world problem, clearly. So
that's crazy. Does it help having a lot of upper body strength? Because I'm sure your lower body strength is more important for track, but like, do you need to be jacked up top?
Okay, so I think that's like a common misconception is like that your legs should be stronger, because it's like you running is like an equal and opposite reaction. Like me picking up my right knee is also me picking up like my left arm, and being able to put my right leg into the ground hard like also correlates with me being able to swing my arm down. So like if you were just absolutely shredded, like you can squat like 500 but like you're benching like 135 for example, like that's not helping you out. If anything, that's probably just going to lead to you getting hurt, because that's just a muscle imbalance. So like I'm not like, I think for track it's like most people are honestly just like really fit. I mean, we run all the time. Like it's almost like impossible to not be super fit, and we make sure that every part of our body is like being hit. Because I mean, sprinting, like if I were to try and like say I wasn't like a track runner, like I didn't do anything, like as a normal sedentary person, if I wanted to like get fit, like other than like, you know, like hitting the gym or something, I would actually go sprint. I would either go sprint or I would go swim, like just swim laps, because like those two things are like, it's because it activates your whole body. Like you're not gonna, it'll literally be like 3 weeks and you're gonna be like, wow, like this is crazy. Like obviously it sucks, like don't get me wrong, like actually sprinting feels like cool when you're doing it, but like doing it and then like resting, like yeah, I might like hurt a little bit because like it's a full max exertion, but like one, you're gonna feel good about it because like you just did it, and then two, you're gonna look good after it. So yeah. I would suggest that. It's for cool. Sure.
Yeah, definitely, because I think for me this year, like junior year, I've been working out a lot more consistently. So just, you know, doing push-pull legs, going at least 4 times a week, trying to build muscle. But one thing I want to incorporate more into my routine is like Sundays. Sunday is usually my rest day, but I want to do more cardio on Sundays. So I want to like start running, or maybe even swim, something like that. Yeah. I just feel like it's a good way to get your heart moving and stuff. Oh, for sure. It's like cut fat as well. So
yeah. I can definitely get behind that.
Yeah. Is there a certain way, like should I do 30 minutes of just sprinting or 30 minutes of like jogging and walking, alternating? Like what's this?
I would say definitely not like just 30 minutes of raw sprinting, because that'll like shock your body. Like I don't even do that. I would say I'd probably just like first start jogging, but there's like different types of cardio, like sprinting 100 meters, and then like shout out Professor Rudy for teaching me different energy systems. like if you're gonna go like sprint, and that's gonna use your like like your phosphagen system with like creatine and stuff like that. Like that's
like
a whole different.
Creatine, that's a supplement.
Yeah, but you also make it in your body. And so like the whole point of having that supplement, so that you have those creatine stores. So like what happens is like if I were to get up like right now and like max vert, my body would be getting like creatine phosphate. Well, I'm not even like pre-med, by the way. Like it'd be getting that from your muscles and like breaking it down so you can get your ATP for energy. But the problem is you run out of your creatine so fast that you can only do that for like 10 seconds, like max, like probably not even that long. So that's the point of taking creatine, is you just like enhance the amount of creatine you have in your body, or that your muscles can store in the first place. So like that's a whole different thing. And then like going on a jog, like that's like a whole different energy system. So I guess it kind of just depends on what you're trying to do. But if I were just trying to get more fit generally, I'd probably say like a harder jog and then like a sprint every once in a while. And then like to be like more athletic, because there's like being in shape and then there's like being like training like a bodybuilder and then training like an athlete. Like that's like a whole different thing. So like I would lean, like I've only known how to train like an athlete, like then that's not knocking the bodybuilder thing at all, because honestly that's probably what's going to be next in a couple years. It's just getting in the weight room and getting huge. Like that's probably what's going to happen. So but I've only known to like do these like niche super like explosive movements in the weight room. So
interesting. So when people take creatine, are there effects of taking that? Because I mean, you're just enhancing what your body has, right?
Yeah, okay. So like I'm not like a creatine expert. I am on creatine, but it's like at first you're gonna, because it's gonna like bloat your muscles. Like you're gonna feel like a little bit bloated or like water. Like you're just gonna like have more in your body. So then you also have to drink more water so you don't get dehydrated. But you'll probably be like a couple pounds heavier at first, and then it just like enhances your ability to do these like super like 1 rep like fast twitch like movements, and that in turn will lead to you like being able to build more muscle. So I think the whole point of it is to be able to do those movements in the first place, which will let you like hit more like high intensity reps, which will then make you stronger and like bigger. But for us specifically, like that's cool, and like getting in the weight room and getting stronger, and then it's also like we need that, like when we start in our blocks, like we are max like intensity the entire way, so we need as much help with our energy systems as possible.
Makes sense. I feel like the nutritionist side of working out is something that's kind of slept on, unless you're like an athlete or something like that, because that's not something it's something I had to learn. I'm still very much so a rookie, but I like to learn about it from other people who are more experienced and see what they have to say. So
like I didn't pay attention to my nutrition like at all ever until I came here. And we like can go talk to one of our team nutritionists, and she like told me all this stuff about what I should be doing and stuff, and I was just like, wow, like a lot more goes into it than like carbs and protein and lipids, so it's honestly a really cool subject that like I'm surprised wasn't forced on us like growing up. Like I feel like that's just one of those things that like we should know how to like navigate, but nah.
I totally agree. I saw that your music taste, you have songs that you listen to when you're working out, such as "Demand My Respect" by Kodak Black.
Yeah. Okay, so I have this thing like on my phone. I have like a song of the day from the last like over 2 years. Like you can pick a date. Go ahead.
August 1st, 2022.
Okay, let me get there. So I just like write the song of the day. It was "Honey" by Boy Pablo. I was at my boy Liam's house because we were trying to train to get ready for the season. And I just like write a little bit about it the day. And I feel like I listen to like a lot of music. Like my Spotify is always like 180,000 minutes for Spotify Wrapped. Wow. It's always like something really gross. Like it used to be a joke before my AirPods broke that I just always have my AirPods in. Like I'm listening to people, but I'm also listening to the music on the side. So that's something that's pretty big on me. But At the time of that, yeah, Demand My Respect. That was my like hype song, my track song for probably a good like 3 months. Yeah, no, when I like find songs that I really like, I tend to listen to that for like a long time. And then like, you know, you get tired of it, so you'll take like, I don't know, a month break, and then I'll hear it again, and then it's like, okay, like yeah, this is my song.
Yeah.
I think right now it's probably, do you listen to Pierre Bourne at all?
I know like one song. What's it called? Is it called? It's like, what's your sign, Zodiac? Yeah.
That's a good. Okay. The Life of Pierre 4. That's a good one. That album. Yeah. No, he just dropped like, people are leaking his stuff like crazy. So he was like, you know what? I'm sick of this. Like, I'm just gonna release them. And so he dropped like some of his most like famous leaks or whatever. So like that whole album's been on repeat for me right now. Yeah, no. So that's been pretty crazy. But I think my problem though is that we don't have as much time to like memorize lyrics and stuff. I feel like if you looked at my playlist from like 2018 to like 2021, like I could sing every single song, like every lyric of like every song. And now it's like, it's still like I know words to some songs, but it used to be like my identity, like, oh, like human Shazam, like I would just like know that stuff, like, and now I don't, which is kind of sad. But also I feel like the music isn't as good right now, but that's a hot take.
In the rap industry or
in all? I think like honestly, I used to be like rap, like mainly rap. But I feel like rap's not my main one. I'm more of like an R&B. I've gotten into Afro beats a lot lately. And then I grew up in a house of girls, so there is some pop influence, but that's a secret. Don't tell anybody.
Guilty as charged. Are you playing Katy Perry, Kesha? Like, I have no shame.
Like they're bangers, bro. Like, yeah. So I feel like my whole thing is like, if it's not country, then I'm probably rocking with it. No hate to my country people, like I guess.
Yeah. Country's interesting because people there's a subsection of people who really like it and are super into the scene. Yeah. And then there's a lot of other people who just don't even regard it. You know?
Yeah. And like, I don't know. Come and take a ride in my big, like, I don't know. That's not me, man. Respectfully. It's not me.
Oh, you're from Indy. So
yeah, I'm trust me, I'm used to it. That's the problem. It's like our baseball, like it'd be like country songs like to warm up. Like that's just a part of like baseball culture, I guess. And it's like nah, I just be like sitting there like so
AirPods in, listening to Kodak.
Yeah, bro, like doing something else, bro. I can't be listening to this.
Yeah.
That's funny though.
That's fair. So this is the Oluswole Bowl, and it's part of the podcast where we ask you some off-the-cuff questions. Okay. So first of all, if you could switch lives with someone for a week, who would it be and why?
Ooh. I'd probably go with someone like super famous just to see what it's like. I want someone who like has a lot of drama because I want to experience it. Maybe like Kim K.
Kim K?
Like someone who's just like, someone who has the power to just like, tons of drama. Like I don't know, I feel like that'd be kind of funny. Also to be someone like that's not a guy, just to see what that's like too. But that's a whole different thing. So yeah, I'll go Kim K, or like really any like famous like girl, I guess.
That's hilarious. All right. If you could live in any decade in history, which one would you choose and why?
That's a good one. I feel like it would have been cool to be in the 60s with the civil rights movement, just to like be a part of such a like altering time in history. Does it have to be in the past? Can it be in the future?
Yeah, it can be anytime, yeah.
I kind of want to see like, I want to know what okay, like say we have kids and then they live. I feel like I'd want to live in like 2070, 2080 just to see how crazy life is then, and like our kids are like running the show and they're like old and they have kids and stuff, just to like, I mean, I guess we'll be alive too, hopefully.
Hopefully. I was going to say. I was going to hope we're not dead.
Well, I have like this thing where I just like can't imagine being alive past like 40. And that's not like in a bad way. Like I don't have any like negative like it's just like I can't picture that.
No,
so,
I get you.
but yeah, no, I feel like it'll be cool to see like, are we still around? Like, are we extinct? How is Earth doing? Like stuff like that. So
yeah, because when you said like sometime in the future, I thought you were gonna say like 2100
or like 3000.
Yeah, to 2080. I'm like, well, we could actually make it there.
Yeah.
Realistically,
Please, fingers crossed.
I mean, civil rights movement is a good one. It's just for me personally, I'm not sure if I would have made it. So that might be a tough.
That's fair. That's definitely fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that you say that, that's kind of true, actually.
Yeah. And lastly, what was your biggest display of speed outside of a sports setting? So outside of track and outside of like baseball, for instance.
Of speed?
Yeah.
Well, I'm all about speed and efficiency. That's a good question. I feel like, okay, this is going to be like really nerdy. Like there's this thing called like, okay, I like taking these like tests, like these, like I'm really good at word hunt. I'm really good at anagrams. I'm good at like all these things like Sudoku. I don't know. Like I'm just good at all these really random things. And I like to be like really fast at them. Or like on TikTok, you know, they have all these like filters of how fast can you like press these numbers or whatever. I love that stuff too. I would say, okay, you did say math champion. Not to toot my own horn, guys, but in fourth grade, I did win the district math facts competition. And it was just like, it was like, how fast can you do like the multiplication tables? And I was like it was crazy, and I took it so serious. Like when I got it, I was so hype. Another thing is people say I write really fast too. I don't know. I don't really like when I do stuff. I'm pretty lazy. I can't lie. So it's like I will either sit there and like be really mellowed out, but when I'm like gonna do something, I'm probably gonna do it like as fast as I can, as well as I can too, though, because you can't. Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, we saw the March Math Facts Madness.
Yeah.
So.
That picture on
Young Demo, yeah.
That's crazy with the Diary of a Wimpy Kid shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I was dripped out, bro. I was like 3 feet tall. I didn't hit puberty until like sophomore year of high school, so I've always been like the smallest person in the grade. Yeah. Takes me back, man. Those were the days.
That's funny. But yeah, thanks for coming on the podcast, man. That's the end of the episode. So.
Of course. Thank you, man. Thank you.
No worries. Oluswole's on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. We're on TikTok. So I just want to rock. I just want to.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for listening. Peace.